Okay, in this video we're going to talk about one-point perspective. One-point perspective is a way of creating depth in your picture. If you look here, there's one point that everything goes to in this picture, like the power lines. They get smaller as they go farther away, and the fence posts and the train tracks all go smaller until they disappear all at the same point in the distance. I have another example of one-point perspective right here, this room. This is what we're going to do today, where everything goes to the one point in the room. So the first thing you do is you have to decide where your one point is going to be. And in my picture, I'm just going to put it just there. Then I'm going to make sort of the back of my room. And a ruler is very helpful with this when you're doing one-point perspective. And an eraser. Okay, so everything in my room is going to go to the one point. And then I don't necessarily want it all to show on my back wall, right? So I erased some of that. But let's pretend I have like the corner of my bed right here. And it goes all the way to the corner of my room. And then the mattress is pretty long, right? So it goes out into the room a ways. And you could see the side of it, right? Like that. So then I take and I draw like a really faint line going to my one point from the corners of my shape, which is going to be my mattress, right? And you wouldn't be able to see that one because it would be behind the edge, right? But that would be about the size of my bed there, right? And there would be the other edge. So the only parts that you would see would be like this, right? Then, because you can't see through the bed, you then erase some of these lines, right? And then of course these are just to help you position everything, so you don't have to keep those. So there's that. And then what if there's like a dresser over here? So let's put a dresser Like you can see the edge of the dresser or something right here, right? Okay, so I have this shape, and then all of the corners of this shape are gonna go to that one point, because it's 1 point perspective. And I do this line kind of faint. And this line kind of faint. It's just to help me position my piece on the page. Right, okay. So my dresser's a little bit longer because it has drawers, right? So I'm gonna draw this other edge of it, and the line needs to be perpendicular to this line. Okay, so I adjust my ruler and make it perpendicular, like that. And the same thing for the top of the dresser, right? Needs to be perpendicular to this top. And there's the top of my dresser, right? So dressers have drawers, and you would think just straight lines would be enough, but this is 1 point perspective, right? So you always put your ruler on your point, and you keep it on your point the whole time that you're drawing your dresser drawers, right? Because the side of the dresser that's closest to you is going to be a little wider than the side that's farther away from you. And then of course, when you're done drawing it, you don't need these lines anymore. So you would erase the ones that you don't need anymore. And then maybe you're gonna put some other things in your room. Maybe you'll hang a picture on this wall back here. So the side that's closer to you is going to be bigger, right? And the side that's farther away from you is going to be smaller. And the way that you decide how that's going to look is everything goes to that 1 point, right? Okay, and if it has like a frame, maybe. Again, everything goes to that 1 point as you draw it. So maybe that's a mirror on the back wall, I don't know. There you go. And let's pretend you had like flooring on your floor that was maybe black and white tiles. So the way you would do that is, of course, everything goes to the 1 point, right? So everything that you draw goes to the 1 point. Because those tiles are going to be bigger as they're closer to you and smaller as they move farther away, right? And then you'll draw these lines straight. But they'll get closer together as you get farther away, right? Okay, and then when you go to color it, you'll color however it is that you do that, right? I was trying to do like an Alice in Wonderland scene that had checkered floor, and it looked pretty good to do the flooring checkered like that. For the 1-point perspective project that we're doing, the Keyhole 1-point perspective project, you will choose a scene, anything you would like, and you will make a 1-point perspective drawing. It can be your room, it can be your living room, it can be a beach, it can be anything you would like. It can be a fictional place, it can be a real place. It does not matter, but you do need to use 1-point perspective. It needs to be some kind of scene, and you'll make that on your piece of paper that I sent you or gave you, and then you will make like a folder it will go in. I'll show you in just a second here. I'm going to put a window on this back wall, right? Maybe you can see out the window and see the sunset. Right. Okay. Oh, maybe you'll have a light up here. One of those round lights. Okay. So, when you get done with that, you'll pull out this brown paper. Brown or black. I think I may have sent brown. And you'll fold it in half. And when you fold it in half, this fits in there just perfectly. Okay? Then you'll use this keyhole pattern to make a keyhole in your brown paper, and you'll just cut it out and then trace it around. Okay. And then you'll cut it out. So you'll have a keyhole in your paper, and you'll glue this down so that you can see through the keyhole. And I think I put different colored pencils out. I have gold, I have different colors. But then you can do some kind of design on this side, because sometimes keyhole's really fancy. And you'll be able to do some kind of fancy